everybody! So today we are talking about my next entry in my obscure animation series, and I really thought about what I wanted to do. I actually watched a couple different things and it just didn't feel right or something that I really felt like celebrating. And so I finally decided to talk a little bit about a artist that gained a lot of publicity last year. His name is Don Hertzfeltd, and he produced a very popular short last year called The World of Tomorrow. And I wasn't as in love with this short as everybody else, but I certainly liked it. It's hard with surrealist artists because they walk that very fine line between being sort of obtuse and making the viewer sort of think, and being too obtuse, too stark with their lack of narrative and their lack of structure. And so it's just never going to be kind of for everyone. But Don Hertzfeltd, I feel like for the most part, makes interesting films that you really have to think about. And whereas some other surrealists like Jean-Luc Godard, I really respect some of his films, but some of his other films make me crazy because they're not accessible enough. They don't have enough to kind of be an actual movie. Where his film Socialism, I hated that movie so much. It was so pretentious and obnoxious, and I didn't like it. But a good surrealist will include some structure amidst all of the insanity that there is, and it won't feel like it's sort of preaching to you or sort of that they think they're sort of smarter than you, which sometimes they will, but a good one will actually sort of have a little bit of humility, I feel, to it. And Don Hertzfeltd manages to usually, I think, pull that off pretty well. The film of his we're going to talk about today, it's called It's Such a Beautiful Day. Uses the Don Hertzfeltd style with just sort of stick figures, and then it brings in different sort of images to kind of show, he'll have images of fire and images of, all different kinds of things sort of brought in to kind of show different emotions and different feelings and different things like that. It's very surreal, it's very artistic. This is an art piece that you watch and not a traditional kind of movie. And this is actually part of a 3-part sort of trilogy from Don Hertzfeltd. There's Everything Will Be Okay, I'm So Proud of You, and Such a Beautiful Day that were released. And so I definitely recommend checking out all of those, but you don't need to have seen all of those to appreciate It's Such a Beautiful Day. It's about this character named Bill who has dementia, and he starts slowly sort of forgetting things, and he also starts sort of imagining new realities, and sometimes he'll imagine something about his family or different family members, and he does this to kind of sort of make him feel better about his dementia and what he's losing. And so you never know kind of what is real for Bill and what is sort of his fantasy. What has he forgotten? What has he made up? What is he whatever? And so it's very kind of weird and trippy and different, and some stuff some stuff is deliberately off-putting where you're like, well, what? But it's just meant to kind of make you think about memories, make you think about life, and make you think about what makes, I guess, a beautiful day, how we communicate with each other, what things are sort of inherently abhorrent and what things are inherently beautiful. That's definitely a theme within the story, and it's just something that it doesn't sort of outstay its welcome. It's 62 minutes long, so it's just sort of a chance to see an art piece with this surrealist art where it brings in all these different mediums. One reviewer said, there is a moment in each installment of Don Hertzfeldt's masterful trilogy of animated shorts where you feel something in your chest. It's an unmistakably cardiac event, the kind that great art can elicit when something profound and undeniably true is conveyed about the human condition. That's when you say to yourself, are stick figures supposed to make me feel this way? In the hands of master, yes. And Hertzfeltd is to stick figures what Franz Liszt was to planks of ebony and ivory, and what Ted Williams was to a stick of white ash. Someone so transcendently expert that to describe what they do in literal terms is borderline demeaning. So there you go. So basically, like, what he gets you to kind of think about your life, think about your memories, think about the way that you sometimes don't appreciate what you've been given when you have it, that we take things for granted. All of those stuff is part of what Bill is sort of going through as he goes through his life of dementia and as he sort of deteriorates. And also gets you to think about, like, how much time in your life do you spend really dreaming? And how much time do you spend actually, like, making actual memories? There's a scene where he goes and meets his father that he never really knew, and he sits in a nursing home and they watch a game show, and then they never see each other again. You know, there's just sort of this weird sort of profundity mixed in with just sort of everyday life. And so, you know, there's all of that that's in the film. It's something that you can watch and really talk about it with people and see what different people got from it and learned from it. And so, yeah, it's not going to be something for everyone. It's definitely, it is, like I said, very surreal, very different. It's an art piece, and just not all art is going to speak to everyone. So I can totally understand if you watch it and it's just not your cup of tea. But I don't know, just challenge you to give it a shot and try to see film in different ways. That film isn't always just going to be a narrative, traditional narrative. The film can be used for an art experience. And that's what you definitely get with Don Hertzfeltd. And it's somebody, I think he's somebody that does respect his viewers. And even though sometimes I think it's like, I sometimes think, is he, come on, this is getting a little bit ridiculous. But he does respect his viewers, and he tries to give them something that'll make them think. And I think in general, he's pretty successful in that. So check out It's Such a Beautiful Day. Check out the trilogy. Let me know what you think. And thanks so much. Please subscribe to my channel, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.